Okay. All right, good. And as you look at me, are there any issues on my end of things?
Nope, good to go.
All right. Okay. Great. So let us begin, and we might have to start over and over again, but we'll see. I'll try to keep this as short as possible for you. All right, we are talking to a Dēp Slēpwear customer today. His name is Hayes. How you doing, Hayes?
I'm doing well, doing well.
That's good to hear. I'm always interested to talk to our customers and know why they are seeking out sleep solutions, what their experience with sleep is and whatnot, and talk about different ways that we might be able to help them through our sleepwear and otherwise, because we're learning all the time. And I get myriad answers from people, and learning the way that they take care of their own sleep is of particular interest as well. So I appreciate the time. I won't keep you too long, but why don't you let us know where you're based?
Yep, Hayes, and I am in Austin, Texas.
Nice. A growing place. I hear great things about Austin.
Very quickly growing.
Yeah, too quickly for some.
I think we have a lot of people that have been here a while that are ready to go, but it's still an awesome place to live.
Yeah, good to hear it. And what do you do for a living there?
So I work full-time in the skydiving industry, actually. So I am I work grounds crew, so I communicate primarily with our jump ships, and I am also a coach. So I work with some of our student skydivers to improve some of their skills in the air and under their parachutes.
Are you jumping every day?
I made 4 today. So, yep.
That is fantastic. What a blast.
Yeah, it's it has its ups and downs.
How did you get into it?
I got out of the military and I was looking for something that, I could still find kind of a rush, something that kind of piqued my interest, kept me kind of thinking on my feet, and something that moved kind of quickly. And I always wanted to, I wanted to skydive in a way that was safe and fun. And so I had heard about this company I work for now, Spaceland. And in 2015, I went to Atlanta and I spent a week down there camping and got my skydive license, and kind of been going ever since. So I've made it kind of my full-time work and fun over the last couple months. So it's now, today was fun, but I'll work Thursday and all weekend, and I'll be out there tomorrow and Wednesday jumping all day. So it's a good time.
How cool. Well, shout out to Spaceland. What branch of the military were you in?
I was Navy, so I was active duty from 2008 to 2014.
Okay, that's a good run. All right, so the military thing is really of interest to us too, because we think that there are tremendous opportunities to help both veterans and active get sleep where it's not always easy. So we'll get into that a little bit too. But before you got the sleep hoodie in, how was your relationship with sleep?
Yeah, military background, sleep 4-6 hours is pretty good for us. So, being on, I did a couple deployments, and 4 hours was good. And it was finding sleep in any corner of any place that you could that was dark and quiet, which was rare. So my sleep is, my relationship with sleep up until probably a year and a half ago was, I get what I can, I'll sleep when I'm dead,
Yeah,
and
right.
which is very, very common, but very unhealthy. And so even though I've been wearing a Whoop for years, and, I do try and take my sleep seriously, I know when I'm not sleeping well, my relationship with sleep wasn't always the best. So,
yeah. Well, you're certainly not alone. Some people, it's sad to say, some people dread going to sleep. And these are the folks that we're trying to help. So one hoodie at a time, one sleeper at a time, if we can.
I like it.
And what did you generally wear to bed?
Really depends, but usually, no shirt. Usually just underwear, shorts. So
right.
I like being cold when I sleep. Excuse me.
Bless you. Yeah, it's certainly Uh, what I've found out is that the body naturally cools down as the sun goes down, and it's just our circadian rhythm that starts that process. And it's much better to be cold and not cold, not uncomfortably cold, but it's much healthier. It gives you a much more optimal sleep. So that's good to hear. Do you have to crank the heat down in Austin? Crank the
We
AC up?
my rule is during the summer, it's at 78 in the house during the day and 72 once the sun goes down.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
72 is my sweet spot.
Yeah. Okay. So you're comfortable at 72. Everybody has
Yeah,
got their sweet spot. So
that's
it's
and
great.
but the fans got to be on.
Is that right? Is that because of the breeze and also because of the noise?
So I have a noise machine. My girlfriend got me
Okay.
this incredible noise machine with 20 different settings on it, and that stays upstairs. That has to be on. But the fan is also
Yeah.
that secondary noise is super helpful too. But it's also the breeze is nice.
Yeah. Got it. And what else have you done to your overall sleep environment to improve your sleep?
Um, no alcohol. I don't drink.
Hmm.
So that's massively helpful. And then
Indeed, it is.
yeah, and then food intake. I'm bad about this because I have an ice cream addiction. So I will eat ice cream at night, but I'm trying to
Yeah.
be good about not eating about an hour and a half before bed.
Good.
But I would like to get better about reading before bed. But typically, if my girlfriend and I are staying up, we're watching something together.
Sure.
But we keep it mellow, it's quiet, and try not to get the dogs worked up.
Yeah.
Keep them
Yeah.
out of the bed.
Yeah. Exactly. That's a good move. There is an ice cream. I forget what the brand is. You may know it. It's supposed to help you sleep.
Is melatonin in it or something like that?
I don't know if melatonin is in it, and that's a whole other discussion, the whole melatonin thing. But you could seek that out, see if that helps.
Interesting.
Um,
Hey, if it's ice cream, I'm
yeah,
for it.
yeah, yeah. I don't know how good it is. I haven't experimented with it, but that's good. You're taking steps to improve your sleep. That is going to help every day, and it's going to add days, if
Yeah.
not years, to your life. Um, and so now I'm curious, what was interesting about the sleep hoodie for you?
Before I kind of moved into the career trajectory I'm in now, I worked in healthcare. And so obviously knowing that sleep is important and putting that with my travel schedule, I spent a lot of time traveling, a lot of time sleeping in hotels, a different hotel, every week, a different
Hmm.
plane every week, a different, a different Delta lounge every week. And
Yeah,
you got to take the hours where you can get them. So, when the product was introduced to me, I just thought this is something I can jam in my backpack, and it can just go with my regimen of when I get into the airport, get into the lounge, I change into my comfortable clothes, put the hoodie on, get on the plane, and it's kind of part of my routine when I travel now. And
right.
my girlfriend has some hilarious pictures of us traveling when I'm asleep and the hoodie's on and super comfortable because it puts me right to sleep when I'm traveling. So that's kind of how I found my way to the hoodie.
Got it. Yeah, that makes sense. The way I put it to people for travel, I mean, I design this for every night's sleep, but for travel, the way I put it to people, when you're on a plane, you're drooling within minutes. Like it's really surprising how
Mhm.
quickly you can fall asleep. And it's like a built-in do not disturb sign. So both of those things work together.
Very true.
I've heard stories. One story in particular, I don't know if this is embellished or not, but somebody left California, put the hoodie down, put the hood on, the mask down, woke up in Florida. So I don't know what their night before was like, but I mean that's the thing that keeps surprising me about this product is that it really does work. So it's a thrill for me to hear that it's solving some of your issues too.
Yeah, it
And
stays in my backpack when I travel. So
yeah, so there's such thing as the first night effect,
mhm.
regardless of where you are you could be at your in-laws, you could be at your parents that you haven't been for a while, you could be in a nice hotel, you could be in a hostel. That first night effect is a very real thing. Have you experienced the hoodie in those situations in a
Yeah.
hotel?
Yeah, for sure. I'd say again, work trips. That's where it was constant. That first night of sleep, getting in a little bit late, and just immediately just going right to putting it on, because the mask for me is the hood and the mask, well, and the compression, being able to put that on, and it just knocks me out. But kind of, it's like your pseudo comfort blanket, right? It's always going to
Yeah.
be the same no matter how different the environment is. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it does have that banky effect,
Yeah.
without a doubt. Yeah. I wear my hoodie a lot of different ways. It depends on the time of year, depends on maybe how I'm feeling, depends on where I'm at. Sometimes I'll go to bed without the mask, without the hood, and then through in the middle of the night, we generally wake up a time or two that we're aware of, and I'll put the mask on then, or maybe the hood on then. How do you generally wear it?
It's so I have the two that I carry with me. I've got the one that's tight, the compression hoodie, and then the looser fitting one. And so the compression hoodie is something I will wear like in my own house or in a hotel. When I'm gearing down for like some good deep sleep. The lighter, or excuse me, the looser fitting one, that's the one that I travel with. And so I know that the looser fitting one is going in my backpack, because I can just throw that on the plane. It fits just like a hoodie, but it's a little, in fact, to me, it feels a little heavier, and it's got the mask built in.
Yeah.
But yeah, the mask I use 100% of the time. That's
Got
the
it.
best feature for me. The fact that it's connected to the hood, because I like being in my little bubble here, and the hood really helps with that.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Do you feel like when you wear the hoodie, do you feel like you sleeping better?
I do, for sure. Yeah, because I like it dark, and the more I can pull that close, the more I can kind of get myself in a cocoon. Yeah, the better I sleep.
Yeah. Yeah. Great. Um, and I put a lot of thought into this, but I'm wide open to suggestions, and I love talking to people about how they sleep and how they might be able to improve their sleep. And everybody's got their opinion on maybe how to improve this, maybe how to change this. Have you thought about that at all? Are there any features that you'd like to see on or off the hoodie?
Yeah, we've talked about doing an insert for the cooling feature. If there was a way for that, and this goes back to, I've used it, when anxiety's been high before. If I'm, like, oh man, I'm just stressed,
Hmm.
and I want my face, like, you're hot and I want to be able to cool down. And the quickest way for me is having something over my face. So I have worn an ice mask over my face with the hoodie and the eye mask over that. And I think that's been
Okay.
massively beneficial. And just to be able to take that out and throw it in the freezer, or, travel with it and throw it in the freezer would be great, in a hotel. And as we're talking about this, one other feature that just hit me was, like a collar drawstring, I think would be
Hmm.
super cool. Something where if the hood is up, I can just tighten it up a little bit and just feel kind of like the compression around my face a little bit, and just have more of my own bubble.
Yeah, yeah, well, yeah. I've always related it to a cocoon. Not that I've ever been in a cocoon before, but you are just closed in your own sleep cocoon,
Yeah.
and that's just so comforting. We get a lot of feedback from others that have issues with anxiety or migraines, or PTS issues, that this thing brings them comfort. It's just got the right pressure,
Yep.
it's got the right comfort, got the right padding in there. Darkness always helps in those situations. And the way I refer to, like, when the way the mask comes over the ears, it's not meant to completely block out sound. You can wear
Mhm.
earplugs if you want to for that, or ear pods, whatever you're comfortable with. But what it does, it blocks just enough sound that it kind of creates the effect of white noise. And I think that is what helps us drift off. Like on a plane, if you don't have earbuds in or something, it's just enough to help you drift off. So that is something that we might put a little more padding in there as well.
Yeah, I would. Mine was, we flew to Hawaii a couple months ago, and flew from Texas to Kauai, and just being able to lay down and put the hoodie on was, I wouldn't have been as happy as I was when I got there had I not had that really, really solid sleep.
Yeah,
So planning ahead and
abs-
putting it in the backpack is always the go-to move.
yeah, that's a great call. there's an athlete that is a big fan. She's a soccer player with Oregon, and she is from Hawaii. So she makes that trip quite a bit. And she's like, this thing has been a lifesaver. I mean,
Yep.
if you can't sleep in that long of a trip, you're going to need a day to recover just from the trip.
Yep.
And that, you don't want to waste any days in Hawaii.
Nope. No, exactly.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Agreed.
You want to get going.
Yep.
All right. Well, Hayes, this has been much appreciated. I really appreciate you sharing as you did. We, as I've said many times, we're just trying to help people sleep. We're not shilling hoodies. We are just, I look at this as a gift from the universe. This just came to me when I wasn't sleeping. So it's people like you that are going to help keep evolving this product. And I urge you to keep spreading the word if it's working for you. I really appreciate the time.
Definitely. Thank you so much.
Yeah. All right. So we'll do this again as we
Cool.
evolve.
Sounds great.
All right. Great. Thanks, Hayes.
Thank you.
All right. Cool. Anything we missed?
No, I think that
Okay.
hit it.
Yep. Nice and loosey goosey. Although all my windows are closed, I'm sweating my ass off because a major thunderstorm is coming.
Where are you again?
I'm just outside of Boston.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, this is cool. Generally, I'm going to stop recording. Generally, what I do